There are places in the world that impress us because of their beauty, others because of their history. But then, there are places that seem to whisper secrets. Chartres Cathedral is one of them. For more than 8 centuries, millions of pilgrims, historians, architects, and curious travelers have walked through its towering doors. Some come searching for God, others come searching for history. Many leave believing they have found neither, but something far more mysterious. Because the deeper you look into Chartres, the more questions begin to appear. Who really built it? Why was it built with such extraordinary precision? Why was this exact location chosen? And where did medieval builders acquire knowledge that still amazes engineers today? To understand the mystery of Chartres, we must travel back to the year 1194. A devastating fire swept through the old cathedral, reducing much of it to ashes. Most people believed the sanctuary had been lost forever. But something extraordinary happened. Almost immediately, thousands of craftsmen arrived. Stone masons, glassmakers, carpenters, blacksmiths, engineers. Together they accomplished what seemed almost impossible. In less than 3 decades, they created one of the greatest masterpieces of Gothic architecture ever built. And yet, no master architect signed his name. No surviving blueprint explains the design. No medieval manuscript reveals exactly how such astonishing precision was achieved. It was as if the builders wanted the cathedral itself, not its creators, to tell the story. Officially, historians explain that these craftsmen inherited centuries of accumulated knowledge. Roman engineering, Christian theology, geometry, astronomy, and generations of practical experience. That explanation makes perfect sense. But for many visitors, it still doesn't answer the feeling they experience when standing beneath those immense stone vaults. Because Chartres doesn't feel like an ordinary building. It feels intentional. Every arch seems perfectly placed. Every proportion appears carefully calculated. Every beam of colored light seems designed to transform the interior into something almost otherworldly. Nothing appears accidental. Which raises another question. Why build something so extraordinary in this particular place? Long before Christianity reached this hill, local traditions claimed the site was already sacred. According to medieval accounts, Celtic druids gathered here centuries before the cathedral existed. Deep beneath the church lies an ancient well that became associated with healing and spiritual significance. Whether these stories can be historically verified remains debated. But what is certain is that early Christians did not abandon the sacred reputation of the site. Instead, they transformed it. The hill remained sacred. Only its meaning changed. And perhaps that explains why pilgrims have continued arriving here for more than 1,000 years. But the mystery doesn't stop beneath the ground. It rises with every stone above it. Unlike many medieval cathedrals, Chartres is entirely dedicated to the Blessed Virgin Mary. Her presence is everywhere. She appears in magnificent sculptures, in breathtaking stained glass windows, in delicate carvings, and in symbols hidden throughout the building. The cathedral also protects one of Christianity's most treasured relics. According to tradition, it is the Sancta Camisia, the garment believed to have been worn by the Virgin Mary at the birth of Jesus. Whether one approaches it through faith or history, this relic transformed Chartres into one of the greatest pilgrimage destinations in medieval Europe. To Christians, Mary represented far more than the Mother of Christ. She became the symbol of compassion, wisdom, hope, the bridge between heaven and humanity. Every element of the cathedral seems to remind visitors that this is, above all, a house dedicated to her. Even one of its most famous artistic treasures reflects this devotion: the legendary blue Virgin window. Its extraordinary shade of blue has fascinated artists and scientists for centuries. Even after revolutions, wars, and the devastation of World War II, the window survived, still glowing with the same mysterious brilliance that has inspired pilgrims for generations. Yet another mystery surrounds Chartres, one that has captured imaginations for centuries: the Knights Templar. Many people believe the famous warrior monks had a direct connection with the cathedral. Some even claim they secretly financed its construction. The historical evidence, however, tells a more cautious story. No surviving document proves that the Templars built Chartres. But there are reasons why the legend refuses to disappear. After the First Crusade, the Templars returned from Jerusalem carrying knowledge gathered across the Eastern Mediterranean. They encountered advanced mathematics, sophisticated engineering, ancient philosophies, sacred geometry. Some historians suggest that ideas traveled across Europe through many different channels, influencing medieval builders over time. Others believe the connection between the Templars and Chartres belongs more to legend than to documented history. Perhaps the truth lies somewhere in between. And then, there is the question that refuses to go away. Where did the builders truly learn to create something like this? Its mathematical harmony, its astonishing acoustics, its precise geometry, its symbolic proportions, its orientation toward light. Every detail seems to speak a language written in stone. Was it simply the highest achievement of medieval craftsmanship? Or was it the final expression of an ancient tradition of sacred architecture that stretched back thousands of years? No one knows for certain. Perhaps the greatest clue lies beneath our feet. At the very center of the cathedral rests one of the world's most famous labyrinths. Unlike a maze, it has no dead ends, only a single winding path. For medieval pilgrims, walking this path became a symbolic journey toward God. Each turn represented life's struggles. Each step required patience, faith, perseverance. Sometimes the path appeared to move away from the center, only to bring the traveler closer in the end. It was never about getting lost. It was about transformation. Another profound aspect of Chartres is the way it expresses Mary's sorrow. Medieval spirituality often reflected on the Virgin standing at the foot of the cross, witnessing the suffering of her Son. Over the centuries, prayers, hymns, and sacred art imagined her anguished cry, "Ah, Jesus," a poetic expression of a mother's grief. While this scene is not recorded in those exact words in the Bible, it became one of the most powerful themes of Christian devotion. At Chartres, where every corner honors the Virgin, that compassion is woven into the cathedral's artistic and spiritual language, inviting visitors not only to admire the building, but to contemplate sacrifice, love, and hope. So, what is Chartres Cathedral? A church, a masterpiece of engineering, a mathematical wonder, a spiritual map, or perhaps all of these at once? After more than 800 years, historians continue studying its stones. Architects continue admiring its design. Scientists continue analyzing its geometry. Pilgrims continue praying beneath its vaulted ceilings. And visitors continue leaving with the same strange feeling that somehow Chartres was built to teach humanity something that words alone could never explain. Maybe that is its greatest mystery. Not how it was built, but why it continues to move everyone who enters. If you enjoyed uncovering the hidden mysteries behind one of history's greatest cathedrals, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Curiousphere, and turn on notifications so you never miss our next journey into the unknown. And now, tell us in the comments, do you believe Chartres is simply a masterpiece of medieval architecture? Or could it be preserving a deeper spiritual message hidden in plain sight? Until next time, stay curious.